flat earthers are actually right. I have a theory that the earth will one day, well, not necessarily be flat like how they're saying, because they're saying like, oh yeah, it's not a circle, it's like oblong, or it's not a circle, it's like a disc, which is fair. Like it's not a perfect circle, like nothing's a perfect circle, like no duh. But my theory is one day, because if you ever look at like a mountain or something that's being carved away due to like us looking for minerals, looking for salt, looking for metal, looking for gold, looking for just anything, looking for anything, like how long do you think it'll take for us to mine through that whole mountain and then for us to just move on to the next mountain and to just mine through that whole mountain and then for us to just go through the next mountain? And then same with hills. Like I think hills will probably stay because if you ever look at like a hill, like it's nice to be have a house built up on a hill because like you kind of like are above people. Like rich people like to have their house built up on a mountain or like up on a hill. So some mountains or hills will stay, or like private properties will stay. But even then, those private properties, those private hills, and like those mountains that rich people's hills are built on, like in Beverly Hills or something, those will probably go one day in the future, because some person in the future will be like, oh my goodness, those are the hills that this crazy strong or crazy random resource is supposed to be that we've just found out about. So knock down all the houses, buy out all the people, and knock down that whole land. So my theory is one day in the future, there will be no mountains and no hills, and it will be a perfectly smooth surface. So that all the only like roughs and bumps in the surface will be the ocean, and like, and then like just man-made cities and stuff. Like obviously there would be like some random like little hills and like forests and like stuff like that. But it's kind of an interesting thing to like look at, because like the earth will in theory be flat. It'll have a flat surface. It'll be like this like Bolivian salt flats, I think they're called. It'll be like that. And so because like the optimal building structure will be flat. Like if you want to build a neighborhood or a city, you don't want all these mountains and hills in your way. You want to clear all that out. You want to clear a forest out. You want to have a flat, smooth surface to work on. So in thousands or hundreds or tens of thousands or millions of years from now, you'll just have one flat surface. It's kind of interesting to think about, because humans would do that. That wouldn't happen without humans, because humans would want to do that to make it easier for them to build, which is like a good and bad thing. Because one, that's a bad thing because like it hurts to take away mountains because that's certain animals' habitats. It hurts to take away forest, obviously, because that hurts us and hurts animals quite a bit. Hills, not that bad to take away. Hills are just hills. Like they're just high points, like very small high points. But it's just interesting because, like, for example, if you live somewhere that's very foresty, like let's say you live like in Montana, where it's like very foresty, and it's very known for being foresty. Like, there's a lot of like smaller towns that are just like a couple houses, a couple stores, and just a lot of forest, and that's how you think it's gonna be for the rest of your life. You're dead wrong. Like that's not how it's gonna be for the next million years. Like if people are around for the next million years, they're gonna come in there and be like, okay, we need to put a new friggin' superstore in the next in this 100-acre lot. Like, so we're gonna knock down this forest and like move your house, so we're gonna pay you this amount of money to move somewhere else. So like move, and we're just gonna cut down and move and plow down everything. Like yeah, like there's not gonna be small towns. There's not gonna be like bumpy and like mountains and hills and ranges and stuff. For example, like I don't know, like Utah. Like Utah is known for like mountains, and like. But then you go to Utah. Like I visited Utah, and there's a big salt mine there, and they're like shaving away at it. Like I just recently visited Utah, and they're shaving away at it and shaving away at it. And I asked them, like I asked some family members that live there. I asked them, I'm like, so like, how long like have they been shaving away with that? And my like someone that's been living there for quite a while was like, oh yeah, they've been shaving away that's there since I was a kid, and they're like that person now is like 80 or something. They're like, oh yeah, they like started way before me. Like they've been shaving away for a while. So even though it's taken them like 100 plus years to shave away at it, they're still doing it and they're still shaving away at it. So eventually they'll just cut straight through that mountain and then just move on to the next mountain. So yeah, it might not be the recent future, but like in the grand scheme of things, they will one day just move to the next mountain, and one day they'll like get to the last mountain. It's kind of like the show The Lorax, when he just kind of one day just gets to the last tree. Like they'll just one day get to the last mountain or get to the last tree in that sense, and that's when they'll either just go to Mars or just, I don't know, just call it quits and just say, okay, now we gotta figure out a new way. We're really like the only like downfall I could see of mountains. Like I don't know, like a big thing of mountains. Like I feel like mountains have like a lot more benefits than I probably know of. Like one benefit is probably like just inhabitants of them, like animals and stuff. Like a lot of animals like the higher altitudes, like birds and bears and deer and stuff. Like they all go up there like during like hibernation and like to like migrate and stuff. Like that's a big part of that. But then also migrating, a big thing. It'd be a lot easier to migrate if there was not a freaking like 7,000 foot mountain in your way. Like if you could just walk, like instead of walking 2 miles up and 2 miles down, if you just walk 2 miles straight forward, it'd be a lot easier to migrate. But yeah, this is just a thought I had. Like I thought it was kind of interesting because they were like, because I just recently I visited Utah, and they were just talking about how it was like shaving away for years. I'm like, well, I wonder like how long it would take just to shave away every mountain in existence. But yeah, like I thought that was just kind of interesting. So yeah, that's everything. Have a good day.